My name is Gary Brooks. I'll show you how you can use CloudAccess.net Platform as a Service offering to launch an instant Joomla site ready to go in the cloud with no complicated installation or server setup. CloudAccess.net takes away all the pain of owning and maintaining an open source content management system. Within 5 minutes, you could have a simple Joomla web-based application online, ready to go, no software required, just a web browser and internet. Let's get started. If you visit www.joomla.org and you click on the front page of demo, you're going to end up on a landing page that if you scroll down, you'll see a form you can fill out. Fill out this form, and as soon as you fill out the form, you're going to get the version of Joomla you selected. So for example, 1.7, put in your domain name. We're going to do something.cloudaccess.net. Later, you can change this domain name to something.com. It's your choice. Open up a ticket with CloudAccess.net. We'd be glad to help you. I've already got a form filled out. I'm going to go ahead and scroll to the form that I've already got filled out just to save us some time. Go ahead and select I'm a human. Type in the CAPTCHA NGUATTOR070 and go ahead and click here to launch the site. Once I complete the registration, what the system's going to do, it's going to send you a confirmation email confirming that your identity is who you say you are. Go ahead and go to your email, refresh your inbox. I received a message from CloudAccess.net. It's asking me to confirm my email address. Go ahead and click on that message. Here's my message confirming my email address. Go ahead and click on the link. Once I click on the link, it's going to go ahead and it's going to actually generate the Joomla site. After the system has generated the Joomla site, you're going to go ahead and check your email one additional time. This landing page confirms that you're supposed to check your email. Back to my email again, click on the inbox. I'm going to see a second message that says your Joomla 1.7 demo login information. Let's review this message. If you look carefully, Step 1 is watch the videos. That's great. There's lots of videos you can watch. Learn Joomla. Step 2 is you could email technical support. If you get stuck, you could email demosupport@cloudaccess.net and it's going to open up a support ticket. If you get stuck, go ahead and send them an email with your telephone number. They'd be glad to give you a call back. 3 is we got the front page of your Joomla site. This is actually where you would put the template and where you would put your content, your words or applications would show on the front page of your Joomla site. Step 4 is the back end of your Joomla site. This is where you're going to modify the Joomla site. All Joomla sites have the main URL and then the /administrator. You can type that manually if you need to. There's the username and there's the password, and that's how you're going to get in and edit the back end of the Joomla site so you can change the content on the front end of the Joomla site. Go ahead. If you scroll down a little bit further, there's step 5 is the client area. This is where you actually get help from CloudAccess.net. You can review any emails you sent into our system. If you emailed us, the tickets will show up inside of this client area. You can also manually open up tickets inside of the client area. You would use the email address and a password assigned to you to go ahead and log into our support center. This is also where if you decided to keep your 30-day demo, where you would upgrade your account from a 30-day trial into a paid account. Let's go ahead and look at the front page of the site. It should be ready. I'm going to go ahead and open that up in a new tab. You open up the site. Oh, great. So I see the site. The Joomla sample sites, they come with a lot of extra pieces and parts of content that you really don't use. It's just used for example purposes. You can go ahead and navigate the example content to see what Joomla would flow like or what it could do. I personally do not start with the sample content. I always clean the sample content out of my Joomla site. Let's go back to the email message again. Go back to the back end of the site. If I wanted to clean out the sample content out of my Joomla site, I would do that from the back end. Other things I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and change out the template, and I'm going to connect a menu item to something on the front page of my website. I'm going to show you how to complete these transactions. I'm going to go ahead and click on the back end of the Joomla administration. Go ahead and open that up in a new tab also. Got this tab up here. It's going to ask me for a username and password when I get to that place. I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste the username. One thing you have to do is make sure you do not copy any spaces after the username. I'm going to go back up to the site, put in my username, go back to the email, copy and paste my password. It's a long password, so it's easier to copy and paste. I hit Control C on my keyboard, and then I hit Control V there for a paste. You could use the mouse also. I'm going to log into the back end of the Joomla site. Great, I've logged into the back end of the Joomla site. Quick navigation, Cloud Control Panel. This is a fancy control panel CloudAccess.net built. It's like cPanel. It's where you would manage all your hosting features, your resources, your backup, your domain names, and you could clear content and cron jobs and logs. We've disabled some of the functions for the demo, so you would have to upgrade to a paid plan if you wanted to receive all the features. The other features in Joomla are all activated. You don't have to worry about having any features that are disabled. The only place you would have a feature disabled is with the CloudAccess.net control panel. That was custom made by CloudAccess.net and inserted into your Joomla site. That's the only foreign part inside of your Joomla site. Otherwise, it's a stock Joomla site installed like you would install it directly from downloading it from joomla.org and putting it on your own server. One of the things you can do is you can add an article. You can look at Article Manager, which is the list of all the articles in the system. These are also considered web pages. The Category Manager, potentially, you create a whole bunch of articles and organize them into categories. Media Manager, all your media, pictures, images, video, and so on. Menu Manager, which is great. The menus, you can have unlimited menus in Joomla. You can make a left-hand menu, a top menu, and your template supports certain types of menus. You can't just stick menus anywhere, but if your template supports menus in certain positions, you would stick it in the position and it would take effect. And in Joomla's case, you would create menus and link them to articles, or create menus and link them to categories. You can use some dynamic linking methods from menu items to different portions of content in Joomla. The user manager, of course, is the user manager. The module manager, which is really neat. In Joomla, we do have modules, and modules are small spaces on the website where you could potentially put a database element or maybe a small picture or marketing phrase. Extension Manager, Joomla's got a great way to update extensions and add third-party software to the back end of Joomla. You would use this area to also install templates. The Language Manager, if you wanted to change the languages in the back end of Joomla, you could potentially have a Spanish, French, German. The languages go on and on and on. You would visit joomla.org, and they have a section there for languages. You could install languages into the system using the Extension Manager. Global configuration is setting for the site. Template Manager is exactly what it says. It's Template Manager. You can manage all your templates that you install into Joomla. You can potentially edit your profile. We're going to go ahead and look at the front page of the site. Up top here, there's a quick link to look at the front page of the site. Click on that, and you'll see that we've got all the sample content. One thing I don't like about my demo site is starting with all that demo content. I like to clean out the demo content. CloudAccess.net has conveniently provided a clear content feature in Joomla. It makes it a little bit simpler to clear all the articles. When you click on this is going to delete all your content articles, your categories, content details, menus, all banners and modules. It's just a lot of the stuff that joomla.org installed as part of the sample data set that is not needed when you're creating your first site. Go ahead and clear all the content by using the button up here. Content's gone. If you look at it, I'm going to go to Content here. I'm going to go to Article Manager, and you'll see that all the articles are not here. They were here. There was a whole list of them here. Another thing I'm going to do is I like to go to Extensions, and I like to go to Module Manager. And I like to remove all the modules from the site. Before I remove the modules, let's go ahead and look at the front page of the site. Notice that all the content's gone. That's great. So the next step is, of course, I'd like to go ahead and clean out those extra positions. You'll see them there at the bottom. You see this is a module actually right here. This banner is a module. Got some modules down here. So removing those it's gonna disappear. There's a back end of Joomla. I'm gonna go ahead and select all the modules. Up here is where you can select all. You could potentially parse out information using these features, and there's a big list of modules you can remove. One thing is I want to select all, but I didn't only select the 20. We got more than 20 in there, as you notice. So there's a handful of them in there. Go do that again. I'm going to select all, and I'm going to trash all the modules. One thing about Joomla is with modules, you can always recreate the modules. There was 51 modules in here that potentially you would have used or not used. If you need them again, all you have to do is create a new module. So let's look at the front page of the site. Hit refresh. Great. So the next thing I'm going to do is I particularly don't like the templates that Joomla.org has selected for me. So I like to go into the back end of the Joomla site and I can look at the templates that are installed. There are some stock templates installed in Joomla. There's a backend template. If you'll notice, there's a admin template. It's called Blue Stork and it's defaulted for the backend. I typically do not change that one. The one I do change is the default one that's on the front side, which is the site template, and the default one is able to these. CloudAccess.net has conveniently created a template for you called Cloudbase. And if you visit www.cloudaccess.net or search for cloudaccess.net, you'll end up at our website. You will find a button called Templates. You want to click on the Templates button, navigate down to the Cloudbase 2.0 template. Let's look at a few features of this template. Let's go ahead and demo the template. I'm going to click on the demo, click on a new open it up as a new tab, navigate up here to the new tab. Notice the template is kind of a bright blue. The great thing about Cloudbase 2.0 is it's actually a framework. So when I say framework, that means you can actually change this whole thing. There are some point-and-click features to change the whole thing that you can use in the back end of Joomla. And if you get a little bit fancy with HTML and CSS, you can change out the background, you could change out the patterns, you could do all kinds of good stuff with this template. And you can additionally learn about the gantry framework. It comes stock with module map, which is great. The module map is locations on the template. You're going to want to learn this in Joomla world. All our templates have module maps, so you'll want to look for the module map when you get the template and make sure you print the module map or you keep it, the link or the URL next to you so you can reference back to this module map. That's a great reference. Another thing you can do is, well, some templates, they show you physically the positions. This is a physical showing of the positions that are available on this template, and then most templates have topography. And topography is a way that you could potentially configure the HTML and the CSS inside of the articles to style the landing page's content. So there's all the classes and insets and styles, list styles, and the headers, H1 through, looks like we have through H5. That's great. And this is the stock template. I'm going to install this template into our site. I'm going to close this window. If you remember, I said we could download the template from the cloudaccess.net site under templates. Go ahead and click on download. There's a big button there for download. There's a 1.7 template and there's a 1.5 template. We're using the new 1.7, so we go ahead and click on Joomla 1.7. I'm going to right click on this download link, hit the save link as, download it to my desktop. Notice that I already have one in there. I'm going to go ahead and save it over top of it. So save it on the disk. What Joomla does is, well, notice that my computer actually opened up the zip file. Now there's a whole bunch of files in there. You do not want to open up an installation package that Joomla is going to install. Joomla actually installs either a zip file or a tar.gz file. And so when you get an extension or you get a template that you're going to install in the Joomla, do not unpack it. Leave it in the zip file, and you're going to upload it into the back end of Joomla. So what I've physically done here is I've downloaded this template from our website, from the cloudaccess.net website, to my disk on my local computer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this file that I've put on my disk on my local computer and I'm going to navigate to the back end of the Joomla site. So I'm going to go back into the administration section of the Joomla site. There's one place you install extensions inside of Joomla or templates. You go to extensions in the back end and then extension manager. Once you navigate to this place, it's going to ask you to choose a file. You choose the file, you select the CA-based cloud-based template, you open it, and then you upload and install. Once you upload and install the template, you're just going to sit here real patient, let the template install. Once the template installs, it's going to give you a confirmation page that looks a lot like this. This is the gantry framework and successful, successful, successful. That's exciting. Now, what's even more exciting is you got to turn it on. The one thing is you haven't done is you haven't turned on the template. If we actually look at the site, going back to the site again, refreshing it, we still have this old look. So to change that look on the front page, we want to navigate to the back end of our Joomla site again, the back side, click on extensions, click on template manager, and we're going to see this cloud-based template. This is the one we installed. This is great. So I'm going to highlight that like that, and I'm going to scroll up here to the top and select Make Default. So if you mess it up, it's okay. You can always play with the settings and make the right one default. Try not to mess up the administrator template because you don't want to mess that one up. This is what this looks like. It could turn out a little bit different. Some of the other administrator templates look a little bit different. But I've activated the site template. If you notice the site template, and it has a little star here. I've activated it as a star. Potentially, if I go back to the front page of my site again, I hit refresh, I should magically see that I have Cloud-Based 2.0 installed. And what this is a structure for you to build in. You can build your whole website in this and keep it. You could theme it later, or you could just play around and decide what you want to do later. You could change the template out with another template from another template manufacturer, even separate from cloudaccess.net. There's a lot of template manufacturers in the Joomla world. So other things I want to do is, like, I don't like the color of this background of this template. It's kind of this blue color, and I really have a business that's maybe I have just a different color background I want. I can select the template here in the back end of Joomla, and typically any template that you get in the Joomla world, whether it be our template or someone else's template, you're going to end up with some kind of settings in the back that you can adjust. And they get pretty intense. There is another module map picture here. That's nice to know that it's there from the cloudaccess.net team. You could click on styles. There's all kinds of settings here. Just be careful not playing with too much stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and select something. I'm going to select something like pattern 9. And then I'm going to go up here and I'm going to hit save. Save keeps me in the same window. You got save and close, save and copy. Be careful with the save and copy because you could potentially make lots of copies of this template. I'm going to go back and look at the site now that I've actually changed out the template and the background, and wow, I've got this great, beautiful background thing. So let's go. Maybe I want something a little bit different. Maybe that didn't work out for me. So the background pattern, let's select style 5, and I'm going to hit save again on this one. Go back to that front page of that Joomla website. I'm going to hit refresh, and great. So I got this another blue pattern. Wow, I got lots of blue patterns. So I do like this blue pattern. I'm going to keep this blue pattern. What I want to do is I want to create a menu up here. And I want to create this menu, and I want to link it to an article so it shows up on my website. That's the exciting part of Joomla. So potentially you could quickly just launch the site, install the template, clear the content, and start creating your own site. So go in the back end of Joomla. I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna save and close. I'm done with my template. I'm done editing my template. I'm gonna go to content. This is a drop-down menu, content. Click on Article Manager. Article Manager is the location where you create all your web pages, or they call them articles in Joomla. You click on New. You're going to enter the title of the article. For this one, we're going to call it Front Page, just for fun, because I eventually will make this the front page. I'm going to make it a menu item. Joomla's got this great editor in the system that allows you to use the What You See Is What You Get editor. I like to insert an image into the system. There's an image button down there. You just click it. I'm going to select this Joomla right there. I could put in some SEO words in here like Joomla, and I can actually insert the logo there. If I wanted to, I could potentially browse and look for a file on my disk and upload a file that's on my disk. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to use this Joomla logo here. Select that one, insert it. Great, it's magically in the editor. Let's say hi, how are you? Good, and you. So there is a whole bunch of settings here. Don't play with anything right now. Later you'll play with settings. It's all kind of default for yourself right now. So I've created the title, the Joomla, and let's do SEO for fun. I want you to see the alias field because the alias field is a funny area. It's going to actually produce the Ceph URL. If you notice, I rub my mouse over top of there. If you read closely, it says something about Ceph. That's called search engine friendly URLs. We want to make sure we have search engine friendly URLs. If you want to fill in some information for the search engines, there's some information over here called metadata that would potentially be like you would put meta information on a regular article. And down at the bottom there's permissions. This is a way advanced feature that you would want to get technical support for, get some consulting, or dig in and read a book about Joomla 1.7. I'm going to go ahead and finish this. I feel like I'm done with this article. I'd like to actually just save this, so I'm going to save this. What's nice about this is the article can save and you can continue editing. If you're actually done, you can hit save and close. I'm done. I hit save and close. I've created an article called Front Page, and what's happened now is that the article's in the database. It's not on the website. So if you actually look at the website and refresh it, it doesn't just magically show up on the website. You actually have to stick it on the website. The way to stick it on the website is go ahead to the back end again, and you're going to create a menu item. The menu item, go to main menu. Go to menu, go to main menu, just to repeat myself, make sure you get it, main menu, and there's a home menu. You see that home? It says home there. Well, if you look at the front page of the site, there's home. Let's say I wanted to change home. I could click on home, and I could make a home 2 and just add a 2 on there. A lot of complicated settings here. Be careful with what you're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And I'm going to save and close. Now it says home 2. If I go to the front page of the site, again, hit refresh. Great, home 2. I've successfully changed my menu item. Next thing I'm going to do is I'd like to create a link to my front page. If you remember, I had created an article called front page. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to create a menu item and then link that menu item to an article. So this is what you're going to do 95% of the time, especially if you're just making a simple content management system web page. You would do this exact action. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new menu. New menu is going to ask me for a title. I'm going to go ahead and title this. I'd like to just title it front page since we kind of stuck with that. I could make the alias a little bit different. Again, the alias is another SEO feature. So I'm going to put SEO feature there so you can see what I'm talking about. And then it says menu type. What kind of type of menu? Well, in Joomla, what you can do is you can link a menu item to many things, not just articles, not just pictures, not all kinds of stuff. External links, menu items. You got wrappers. A wrapper is like you could wrap like Google.com inside of your front web page, login forms, and what we use most of the time is this articles one right here. This is the most popular one you're going to use, and then the one that I love to use is you're just going to create one menu item and you're going to link it to a single article. So this is the one I use a lot right here, single article. I selected that one. Now that I've selected it, great, I've got the menu item, the menu title, and I'm going to show you how the SEO features work in this. And the rest of the stuff, you can kind of just look at it, and eventually you'll end up playing with the settings, but right now we'll stick with the basics. The last item you want to do is you want to select the article. Always look over here. It's kind of a magical area over here. It's got a lot of settings. You want to be careful, but you also want to not forget that it asks you to select an article. So you want to select the article, click the button. We only created one article in the system because we cleaned out the whole system. Select front page. Go up here to the top. And you could hit save and close, but I like to stay on this page. I like to sometimes play with maybe changing some words or something. I made a mistake, so I hit save. I like to go to the front page of the site. Go ahead and refresh this like this. Oh wow, great. Front page is now there. So if you remember, wonderful. So front page is here, and then I've got this Joomla logo. I put that there. I also put these words here. And then if you notice, I also created the URL. It says SEO features.html. That's great. We want friendly URLs for Google and Yahoo to recognize who we are. Some things that are here on that we didn't like, we didn't put front page there. That's kind of weird, right? That's kind of a title, and then category, and then we have published dates and written by, and these are database features. These things up here, and I don't typically like to keep the database features. I like to get rid of the database features while I'm creating just general layout pages, especially when I'm point and click and everything. So I'm going to go back into the back end of Joomla, and I'm going to get rid of those database elements. I feel that I'm confidently done with the front page with the menu item, which as I'm currently in that menu item. I'm going to hit save and close. So great, I created a home. I got home 2 and front page, and now I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and clean up that database elements that I showed you on the front page right here, all this stuff. I'd like to clean that up. Joomla has a default area in the content section. Go to our content articles manager, and then you're going to go to the top here and select options. And options is it's default for everything in basically everything in the system. So I don't like to show certain things, like I don't like to show the title, link titles. I'm not going to show that. Intro text, I could show some of this stuff. I'm going to hide this, and show category. I don't need to show that. I don't need to show the link category, and I don't need to show the author. I don't like to show the author. Publish date, hide. Navigation, hide. I leave the read more link. Sometimes you're going to use the read more link, so you don't want to hide that just in case you end up using it. It doesn't show it on the default pages. And then the rest of them, show icons, print icon, email icon. You saw that on the article. They're up front, so I'm going to select those off too. I don't want any of those. I just want my content that I put on the front page. There are some other stuff here, so get reading about Joomla, and you'll learn about some of those other features. This is just the basics. Go ahead and hit save. I did want to get out of this window, so I do want to hit save and close now. So I'm closed. If I'm lucky, I should be able to go to this front page, and all this stuff here should disappear because I defaulted it so Joomla doesn't recognize that database elements should be there. Hit refresh, and ta-da! I've got just the Joomla logo that I put in the article, and then the how are you. So one more thing is I just quickly show you so you know how to edit your websites is, I want to move these menus around and I want to add some text. So quickly I'm going to go into the back end of Joomla. If I want to edit that text, I'm going to go to Content, I'm going to go to Article Manager, and I'm going to click on that front page article again. I can click on it again. I want to add some words here. It says, "This has been a great demo." Yay! And then I'm done here. I actually wanted to just edit that. I'm going to hit save and close. If I go back to the front page of the site, refresh, I see this has been a great demo. Yay! And I made a mistake, and I really just want this to be my front page. I'm more excited about this being my front page than actually home button. So I'm going to flip those around, and you would do that in the menu items. You go to Menu, Main Menu, and then you say, well, let's see here. Oh, there's my main menu. Click on it. There's my home and home too. And I can do this. See the star here? There's the star, and there's a star, but one's blanked out. I'd like to make that front page one my home menu. So I'm going to highlight that right there. Just click it. And if I go to the front page of the site, I should go up here, hit refresh. So nothing's changed, but if I go to the front page of the site, it typically was showing something else. Now it's going to show that the default is my front page right here. I've actually made that little star, made this my front page. Now it's kind of weird to have this front page on the right hand side of my menu item, where typically the front page is actually right here. So I want to push this over to here. I'm going to go back to my menu items one additional time. I'm going to notice that they've got this little fancy ordering number system here. I can either use it, like renumber and hit save. There's a save button here, or I like to just hit these little up arrows. So I'm going to hit the up arrow, make the front page my home, and I'm going to click on this because I want to actually name this home front page, because that is going to be all the way to the left. I'm going to hit save and close, and then I'm going to change the home to I'd like to change that to another name. I'd like to change that to number 2 position on menu, and that's a real big name, but it's okay. I'm going to hit save, and I can actually hit save and close. So what I've done is I basically moved these positions. I've changed I made this one the default and put it in first position, and then I made this number 2 and put it in second position. And if I go and refresh the site, click on it again, refresh it. Great. So now I've ended up with exactly the article on the front page that I expected, home front page, and then a number 2 position, and click on that one, and there's no content there. So if I did want to link that number 2 to a different piece of content, there is a way to do that. You can go back and edit this second page position, number 2 position, and right now, if you notice, it's linked to a featured articles system, and potentially in the featured articles system, you could create categories and have a whole bunch of content in one category. You have to do that through the content menu up here. You have to just complete that task. It's creating lots of articles and putting them in the system, and then organizing them in a way that it displays them using the menu system. So I don't really want to use that system. I want to use actually just a single menu item linked to a single article. So I'm going to change the menu type by selecting this, and again this pops up. I'm going to select single article. Notice over here what's going to happen is over here all this stuff's going to change. It's going to disappear because we're selecting a different type of menu system. So I select single article. Great, now it shows me select my article. I'm going to select that article, highlight the front page like that, and so I've created this number 2 position, linked it to the same article that I actually linked the front page to. I'm going to hit save and close. And so successfully, I should have made it. I made both articles in the system: home front page, single article here, home to front page, and I linked it to the same article. If I go to the front page of the system, hit refresh, I made it. So now I got this menu item linked to this article, and then I created a second menu item, and I even linked it to the same article, the same thing. So you've got a position where you got 2 things. Now you could add more menu items. Potentially in the back end of Joomla, you can use under here there's contact forms, and you can make contacts. You can create new menu items and link them to those contacts. You could get crazy and do a whole bunch of HTML and CSS and style the articles and make them look beautiful. This is a very, very powerful content management system. It has been produced for the enterprise. I know a lot of people that are making a lot of money. I know a lot of people who build these sites and make money for people. I know that people who are entrepreneurs and people who are startups are using these systems to build advanced applications. You can install applications into the system that would install into the component section and be listed here. You would click on them and you would end up with, you know, an extension that does shopping, an extension that does social. I mean, it gets really, really exciting what you can do inside of the content management system. Joomla is a very, very powerful open source content management system. When I say open source, that means that you can actually look at the code, and potentially if you didn't like something, you can change it. And in our community, what's been real great is the creativeness that we've created from being an open source project. Is the other people are building software that works inside of Joomla. It's a pretty exciting exciting position for cloudaccess.net to be in, is to be able to run the demo site for the Joomla organization and to have this opportunity to show you how to use the system. Work slow, be careful. Visit our website to learn more information, watch videos. You can go to Amazon.com. There's a million books you can buy. You can just search for Joomla. It's exciting, and if you have any questions, again, cloudaccess.net is a Joomla platform as a service company. All you have to do is email demo support@cloudaccess.net, or if you're a paying customer of cloudaccess.net, we do telephone calls. We actually pick up the phone and we talk Joomla. We'd appreciate any business you can send our way. Feel free to give us a call or email us. Have a good day.